Hi guys, welcome to the Indian Gamer channel, and today we are doing a 20,000 rupees cheap gaming PC build. You know that making a PC is difficult and we are making a gaming PC. All parts used are branded, internationally acclaimed. This is a 20,000 rupees PC and it will be ready to play present games and has a fantastic upgrading options. All this is possible because of its special processing chip manufactured by AMD. And as I said, upgrading options of this 20,000 build are so fantastic that you will enjoy upgrading it too. And that we will discuss at the end of the video. Let's start with the spirit of the build, that is the processor we are using. We are using a AMD's A8 7600 based on Kaveri architecture. It is priced at Rs 7,249. It has 10 compute cores, 6 are dedicated to GPU and 4 are dedicated to CPU. It is almost equal in performance with i3 4330. Single thread is slower than i3, GPU is much faster than i3 and more impressive than its big brother A10 7800. Next we should move on to motherboard. As our AMD A6 7600 uses a FM2 Plus socket, so we are choosing a FM2 Plus socket motherboard, and that is ASUS A68HMK, which supports DDR3 memory with up to speeds of about 2400 MHz, and it is priced at Rs 3,850. For RAM, we are going with Corsair 4GB DDR3 RAM with the speed of 1600 MHz. Now guys, we are choosing a fast 1600 MHz RAM for a very special reason, and that we will discuss at the end of the video. And this RAM is priced at Rs 1,325. Now let's discuss the storage. With hard disk, we are going with Western Digital Blue, that is about 1 TB. It is the best seller on Amazon with a speed of 7,200 RPM. It is the best seller on Amazon. Now for saving 300 to 400 rupees, you should not go with 500 GB memory. So we are choosing this 1 TB Blue Western Digital. Now this is priced at Rs 3,825. Now we have to power these components, and for that we are choosing the power supply of Cooler Master CM350 Plus, which can supply maximum of 350 watts. Using a branded power supply is very important guys for this build, that we will discuss at the end of the video, and also will come in handy when we upgrade. It comes at a very cheap price of Rs 1,720. Now comes the cabinet. For cabinet, I have chosen Deepcool Tesseract mid-tower case. Now guys, this is a very beautiful branded case with LED lights and 2 fans. I could have chosen a cheap 1000 rupees cabinet, but I managed it in the budget, as it is the main component of PC which doesn't let your cheap PC look cheap. A little costly for this build because it is priced at Rs 3,250, but I managed it. Now guys, let's talk about A8 7600. This is not a CPU. This is a APU, Accelerated Processing Unit. It consists of GPU and CPU. It has total 10 compute unit processors, 4 are dedicated to CPU and 6 are dedicated to GPU. It's a graphic card and a CPU on a single chip. That's one of the reasons I love about AMD. Garibon ka Masiha. These chips are manufactured for cheap gaming and they start losing their value in higher builds. Truth is, entry-level graphic cards are simply useless today. They don't provide performance for their price. So for this market, AMD manufactured this A series chips. And these A series chips have GPU and CPU on it. Although predecessors of A series were not that powerful, but today with Kaveri architecture they are forced to be reckoned with. In its price range, it provides a 4-core CPU with decent onboard graphics. In comparison of i3, which has 2 cores, which is a little costlier than 7600, performs a little better than 7600. As a single thread of i3 is faster, so it is equal to in processing. As i3 has 2 cores and our 7600 has 4 cores, but because of slow single thread, 76 almost performs equally with the 2-core i3. But when the graphics are discussed guys, 7600 performs much better. Now let's talk about upgrading, because we all know that you are not going to use 20,000 rupees PC for the next 5 years. So what are the upgrade options? First upgrade must be the RAM, and for that you must use the same identical RAM which we have used in this build, that is Corsair 1600 MHz. Otherwise some issues can arise. If you go into another brand, I mean to say there can be some issues which cannot be detected. So for being on the safe side, just use the same brand, same RAM, same. Now look guys, you can start playing games at 1080p at low settings and can get up to around 30 FPS. Very few games will drop below 30 FPS. For that you can change to 720p. Old games till 2014 will run very smoothly, providing around 40 to 50 FPS with medium settings. But now the real game starts. The graphics on this chip are basically Radeon R7 graphics. Cards like R7 250 are based on the same architecture. So 250 can join forces with 7600 graphics in dual graphics or crossfire. Together they can boost FPS and give you a better gaming experience. As I believe entry level graphic cards are useless like 250, like they don't perform for their cost. Then why are we talking about here? Now we are talking about here because 250 performs with 7600 as they are compatible. Also, your PC can run games on its own without dedicated graphic cards. Now take your time and research for a second-hand R7 250 which you can get about rupees 1000 to 2000. Search on OLX etc. Also, this APU can support medium level graphic cards. After attaching cards like 750 Ti and 260X, now your gaming rig is complete. Like rocket lag chuke hain. It will start giving 100 FPS at low settings and 50 FPS at high settings. Try to get them second hand as they are sold and bought most frequently. You can easily land a deal. Like 750 and not R9 260X, but 750 Ti is mostly sold and bought. So you can get one card. Also, this cheap 20,000 rupees PC can support up to GTX 950 and 960. But when you are upgrading to these big cards, then consider SSDs because it will help in increasing performance. Now 950 and 960 can be bottlenecked in some games, but in games which they can perform, by God you will see the power of 950 and 960 in your PC. I am talking about ultra setting gaming at comfortable FPS varying from 30 to 60 and above it also. The beauty of this system is that you are not dependent on a graphic card. Your APU can provide that power. So you can play without a graphic card and search for a second-hand option in that meantime. As your gaming rig's PCI Express slot is empty, you can experiment with it. Unlike other processors like Intel's i series or AMD's FXS series, which are constantly dependent on a graphic card. Also, we chose a fast RAM. As you know, graphic cards use their own RAM. Like 2GB graphic card, 4GB graphic card, 8GB graphic card. So 8GB, 2GB is their RAM. But in our case, 7600 uses system's RAMs and gets bottlenecked if RAM is slow. So we must use a faster RAM. So faster the RAM, faster is your APU. But then why we are using 1600 MHz RAM? Why not more faster RAM? Because when you will upgrade, which I am sure you will if you build this PC by yourself, the RAM speed above 1600 MHz is useless. As the graphic card which will bring its own RAM and which will be much more faster. Like today's GTX 750 Ti etc. using GDDR5 and your system has GDDR3. So obviously that will be more faster and the system will use that RAM. Also, your branded power supply can let you overclock cards like 750 Ti without any fear. Always use branded power supply instead of cheap local ones as they are more efficient, safe and let you overclock comfortably. So guys, this is a cheap gaming PC under the budget of 20,000 rupees and has ability to turn into a gaming beast when you upgrade it. It has all the branded parts, looks beautiful and has many upgradable options. All the affiliated links to all the products can be found in the description down below. Now if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Share your views about this build. If you don't like it, dislike it. If you like it, like it. We will also do a 30,000 gaming PC build, so get ready for it. And do leave a like if this build gave you a hope for super cheap gaming PC that is affordable. We will meet in next PC build video. Until then, goodbye, ta-ta.